And a big breaking news is coming in. A major report on Sambhal has been submitted to Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, detailing the history of communal violence and demographic changes in the district. According to this report, Hindus now make up only 15% to 20% of Sambhal, down from 45% at the time of India's independence. The 450-page report covers riots from 1936 to 2019, noting that Sambhal remained under curfew for a total of 73 days during this period, including 20 days in 1948, 30 days in 1978 and 4 days during 2019 CAA unrest. The report also highlights weapons found during recent riots, including some made in the USA as per the sources. It mentions that during the violence, Hindus in localities were largely protected due to police presence, while rioters were reportedly brought in from outside. The report also touches on issues such as love jihad, conversions through social activities and historical conflicts between different communities in this region. Officials say the report is expected to have political ramifications both within the Uttar Pradesh as well as nationally, given its details on communal tensions, demographic shifts and also historical unrest in Sambhal. My colleague Abhijit Thakur is joining us on the broadcast to provide us more details. Abhijit, please walk us through the big highlights apart from what I have mentioned as far as this report that has been submitted to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is concerned.
Well, a judicial inquiry commission was formed after the violence that erupted around November in 2024, and the three-member judicial inquiry commission, which consisted of a retired justice from Allahabad High Court, one retired IAS, and one retired IPS. They submitted their report to the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh today morning, and what the informations are coming through sources through these reports is one of the most important information is about the demographic change that happened after independence in Sambhal Municipal Corporation area. That is, the population of Hindus, which was around 45% in Sambhal area, has reduced to 15%. And the reasons behind that, communal violence that took place from time to time, it mentions all those elements in that has been included in the report by this three-member Judicial Inquiry Commission. And the reasons behind the migration of Hindu population and not only the communal violence was responsible for that, but it also mentions about the love jihad and conversion racket that has been running in Sambhal area since independence time. So all these information coming out through sources from that report that has been submitted to the Chief Minister today mentions a lot about the Sambhal and its demographic changes. So definitely these are going to have political ramifications in future, and the additional information which is mentioned in the report is that this all was a part of a larger conspiracy that so many people were involved into that, and those communal violences that has been taking place from time to time was all organized and part of a larger conspiracy that has been claimed in this report. So we will have to see what more is going to come from all these reports. That is 450 pages that includes all those information after 1947 until 2019 or 2024 that happened last year, the violence that happened in the Sambhal area.
Abhijit, if I could ask you what is next as far as, the investigation into this entire matter is now concerned, since the official report has now been submitted to the Chief Minister of the state?
Definitely, the report has been submitted by the Judicial Inquiry Commission, and the action will be taken accordingly. The government and the administration has to decide, and investigation is already underway after Sambhal violence. But there are things around the Jama Masjid and the Harihar Nath Mandir that has been claimed by the Hindu side, and the Muslim side claims that it is Jama Masjid and it is more than 500 years old. So that is already in the matter is already in court, and apart from that, coming to this the claimed racket of forceful conversion, love jihad, or the demographic change that has happened in the area from time to time. We may see in future some actions may be taken by the administration, or there is also an information in these reports that lands were grabbed. Lands belonging to the Hindu families were grabbed, and they were forced to leave Sambhal. So, is there any rehabilitation plans come from the side of government that we will have to see? So, today only the report has been submitted, and in future, as the CM visited last month in Sambhal, he also said that there are many course corrections that has to be done in Sambhal area, or they will correct all the wrongdoings that has been done in the past. So, everybody is eager now to see what actions will be taken from the government or administration side in the future.
Some of the staggering things that have been highlighted in this particular report also does include where did the weapons come from, where did the people come from. If you could just re-highlight it for the better perspective of our viewers, Abhijit. Also, if you can mention some of, the underlying reasons perhaps that have been mentioned in this particular report about this decline of the Hindu population in this area.
The major reason was communal violences that happened, and already the Muslim population in the area was dominant, that was 55% plus, and the Hindu population was 45%. So it was seen that the Muslim population was always dominant in nature, plus the allegations are that they were always aggressive, and it was a plan to force them to migrate from there through these communal violences that took place from time to time. The report says that curfew was imposed in the area after independence, and between 2019-73 days it happened that curfew was imposed in the area. So you can assume that what was the situation in the area, and which part of the population was dominant in the area, which forced the Hindu families to migrate from that particular region. So there are so many reasons, and talking about the weapons that had been recovered after the violence, US-made weapons were also recovered from the people who were arrested after the violence erupted, and these all things are mentioned in the report, and definitely this report has been submitted to the government, and in future we will see some actions happening in the Sambhal area. So again, Sambhal has been highlighted, and Sambhal has come to a political scenario in the national figure. So we will have to see what next happens in the Sambhal area.
If I could also ask you, since last year which was mentioned here is 2019, as per the data which has been provided in this particular report, post 2019, has anything changed in Sambhal? If you could just, bring us some more details with regards to the recent activity there in Sambhal. What has changed ever since Yogi Adityanath governments came, to power in Uttar Pradesh?
The biggest change you can see in Sambhal area is that peace is persisting over there since November month. And the next things, there were temples which were shut down for maybe 5 decades, and they were reopened, and people are going there and worshipping. So the temples coming up, and the survey that happened, and the matter is already in court. So these things, Sambhal has a history of communal violences, communal clashes, and an environment of fear was among the Hindu families living in the Muslim dominant areas, that is said by the locals only. But this scenario has changed post this government that is claimed by the current government. So what we can see in Sambhal in today's scenario in comparison with the last government is that the Hindu families claim that they have been living here fearlessly. Although the population has reduced to 15% since independence, as the report claims, but those families which are living in the Muslim dominant areas, they claim that they have been living peacefully and they feel safer. Now that is the biggest factor. Over to you.
Jeet, I'll request you to please stay on with me. I have another big breaking news related to this now coming in for our viewers. I will come back to you for inputs on that as well. The breaking news is that the BJP has reacted to the report on the Sambhal riots. Party spokesperson Rakesh Tripathi has said the report has exposed the truth. that there are deliberate attempts across the country to create a population imbalance.
मानव जीवन के लिए सुरक्षा सबसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय है। जहां जहां भी सुरक्षा के एहसास का अभाव होता है, वहां से व्यक्ति पलायन कर जाता है। संभल में जिस तरह से लगातार बार बार दंगे हुए और इन दंगे में बड़ी संख्या में हिंदुओं का कत्लेआम हुआ, इसकी वजह से संभल में बड़ी संख्या में हिंदुओं का पलायन हुआ है। और संभल के हिंसा को लेकर के जो रिपोर्ट आई है, उस रिपोर्ट भी इस तरह से इंगित कर रही है कि बड़ी संख्या में दंगों में हिंसा के नाते हिंदुओं को पलायन के लिए मजबूर होना पड़ा। हमने देश का इतिहास देखा है और दुनिया भर में जहां जहां भी इस प्रकार से दंगे में किसी मजहब या जाति के आधार पर किसी को प्रताड़ित किया गया है, वहां से उनकी संख्या का कम हो जाना बहुत स्वाभाविक सा है। लेकिन देश के लिए ये एक बड़ा खतरा है, क्योंकि देश में जानबूझ करके डेमोग्राफी को चेंज करने के लिए एक साजिश रची जा रही है और ये डेमोग्राफिक चेंज इस देश की इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी के लिए एक बड़ा खतरा है।
Abhijit, coming back to you, we are already listening to some political reactions coming in. We heard from Rakesh Tripathi of BJP speaking about this recent report that has been submitted to Yogi Adityanath. He is saying that now the truth has come out, it has been exposed, that there are some deliberate attempts which are being made to just create an imbalance as far as country's population is concerned.
And a big development is also coming right now. What we are getting through our sources is that UPCM is holding a meeting with senior officials, and they are analyzing on they are discussing on this report already, and big action may be taken by, big steps may be taken by the UP government in future, and in the coming days you can see. So this is the biggest update right now which is coming, that after having this report, the government is already in on action mode, and big steps to be taken in the Sambhal area in coming days, what we are getting through our sources from UP government. And the report also mentions about the days the Sambhal area was under curfew, and it doesn't start only from 1947, but the report also includes, also mentions the days before independence era, that is 1936. So we can see that Sambhal has a history of communal violences, and a population, a part of population dominating on the minority population over there, and this has been studied, and this has been underlined by the Judicial Inquiry Committee as well in this report. And what UPCM already said during his last visit in the Sambhal area, that there are things which needs to be corrected, and the government, we will see that in coming days it will be on an action mode. So these are the current updates which has been coming from the government sources to us. So, and also the report specifically mentions the member of parliament from Sambhal area, that is Ziaur Rahman Bark, whose speech before the November violence is also mentioned in this report. His name is already in the FIR. He has been called several times by the investigation team for inquiry and questioning, and now his name has also been mentioned in this secret report. So there was a role of Member of Parliament Ziaur Rahman Bark in this violence, that is also under question, and in the coming days the investigating team will be more aggressive on the case. That is all that we are also getting from the sources from UP police. Yes.